I'm 32 male, engaged, but no longer intimate, jealous of her, 28 female, cousin. What do I do? We've, 32 male, 28 female, been together for 5 years, the first 2 together, with the last 3 in LDR. When we were starting, we were both heavily affectionate. Then the relationship became long distance. She lives abroad, so we only get to see each other twice a year. Got engaged in 2019 and that was the last time we saw each other until this year. Wedding plans have been put off. No thanks, COVID. She then thought, what if, once COVID restrictions lighten up, I go to her? A month in, and it was awesome at first, picking her up after work, getting groceries, cooking, etc. But we haven't been intimate at all. I was chalking it up to maybe we have been apart too long, so we're not used to being around each other. So I always give a hug, hold her hand, try to kiss, at which point, she directs me to her cheek. I don't think I can take another rejection. I've been relegated into a roommate that she sometimes cuddles with. Of which, I initiate, the moments we spent together, breakfast, watching Netflix. She'd always be on her phone, which leaves me feeling like she'd rather be somewhere else than be with me. The twist here is her cousin, 27 male, of whom she shares her flat with, was returning after a vacation. She's become extremely close to this cousin over the last few years, and I could understand that they've relied on each other. What I wasn't prepared for was the extent of their bond. Maybe I'm just not that close with my cousins, but they share a blanket spot on the couch while watching TV. He's been sick, so she's been watching over him and sleeping with him on a shared bed. Today, they went to work together and came back at the same time. As mentioned, we haven't really been touchy-feely, but I'm extremely jealous of how close she's being with her cousin. What triggered finally creating this throwaway? After a few nights of crying before sleeping, we finally got to share the bed tonight. They cooked, cleaned for dinner, and I was just there. But tonight she was going to be sharing the bed with me. Tried to hug her and she said she felt stifled, so I went back to my side of the bed and fell asleep. Woke up because I needed to pee, and she's not beside me anymore. I don't even have to guess where she is now. Skeptical smiley face. Maybe he's really just sick and she's watching over him, but I can't help but feel jealous, feel trapped in the situation. Why'd she even bring me here? I don't know what to do. Should I confront? What do I even say? I just want to feel loved. Too long did not read. LDR finally over, but not intimate anymore, and overwhelmingly jealous of how close she is with her cousin who she's lived with for the last 3 years. Don't know what to do. First, you shouldn't be engaged to anyone you haven't spent a lot of time with. Second, dude, that ain't her cousin. Even if he is sick, her rejecting all affection from you and then leaving your bed in the middle of the night to go seek affection from and/or provide affection to her cousin is not normal or okay. Crying yourself to sleep alone every night while she shares a bed with her cousin is a pretty good sign that you should not marry her. Quietly make plans to return home. There is a woman out there who won't drop you for her cousin. He's been sick, so she's been watching over him and sleeping with him on a shared bed. This is bizarre. If I'm sick, I usually move to the guest bedroom because I need more space, and I don't want to bother my partner. Yet, she sleep with him rather than sleep in her own bedroom? What was he sick with? You should talk to her and break up. You've been long distance 3 years. That's way too long. It's obvious something is going on with the cousin, but even if it were just an emotional relationship, their thing is way overboard. Probably has been going on for a very long time, etc. The fact that she is distant is enough to break up. 3 years in LDR. Man, you just a friend now. Break the engagement. Break up and move on. She won't ask you to change your mind. She has spent so much time and has so many experiences without you that you don't even factor into the equation anymore. Don't even care what is between her and cousin. None of your business anymore. At least you have another friend. I second another Redditor. I don't think that's her cousin. It sounds like your relationship is over, bro. I'd go home. After reading this, the advice I can give is break off the engagement, get your ring back and move out. I sense some strong incest vibes here. If she is denying you any intimate affection and she is super cuddly with him, she is committing incest with him, and trust me, you do not want to be around a sick person who would cross that line. Come on man, stop being so fucking passive. How all this is going on and yet not addressed properly. I don't care how much you've spent it. LD, she's your fiancé and apparently in a relationship with her cousin, and you're relegated to a friend and not blowing up? First text after giving grieving girlfriend space. Dating a widow is so friggin' hard. Anyways, things were moving a little fast for her, so she said she needed a little space. It's been almost a week. Any suggestions on what I should say in a text? I miss her like crazy. Haven't talked to you much this week. Just wanted to make sure you were doing all right. Does that sound okay? In the future, define these things before taking action. I know you want space, so how about I reach out in a week unless you contact me? That said, send a support message, not a checking in message. I know you have a number of people to turn to right now. I'm here for you too. Reach out when you're ready. I'll be at 4x Wednesday if you need anything. That sounds quite reasonable. My heart goes out to you both. I'd just go with the second half of your suggestion. Just want to make sure you are doing all right. No need to point out that you guys haven't talked in a week. She already knows. This one is so hard, bro. She asked for space. It could go both ways. One text you could feel like you're overcrowding her. Define space? Like things are moving too fast and I need to slow down, like we need to step backwards? Did you guys saw each other all day every day and now you just want to go back to dinner dates? Or was it like dinner dates only, now she needs space? I think the relationship on how much space depends on what your relationship looked like before. Edit. If you do reach out, be supportive. Wish her well, don't tell her you miss her. Maybe something sweet like, "Hi. Just wanted to say I'm thinking about you and if there's anything you need, I'm here. Hope you're having a stress-free week at work." That way it doesn't seem like you're expecting a response but want her to know you didn't just forget about her. That's a tough situation. Unfortunately, I don't think you'll know the right thing to say or do until you get a response. But it doesn't hurt to try. Just checking in and wanted to see if you were okay. You sound like a wonderful, caring person. The grief is a part of her, and it is awesome that you are compassionate about it. I think it is a good idea to reach out. Perhaps she would be okay to have a text per day or something. She is obviously just trying to figure it out as she goes along. Good luck to you both. Had this need some space RN bullshit happened to me before. That's girl code for, I don't want this relationship anymore but I don't have the guts to tell you. Walk bro, I've been in literally the same place before. I was with a girl for months, we spent a lot of time together and then all of a sudden she just started needing more space. Almost 2 agonizing months of needing space and then she ghosted me. My girlfriend has been lying about being satisfied in bed. Recently I found out through Reddit that my girlfriend of 3 years has been lying about being happy with our sex lives. She admitted that she never finishes when we have sex. We have talked about sex several times, if there is something that she didn't like or if she wanted to try something new, and she has never mentioned it. I'm absolutely crushed. I feel betrayed, but that might just be me being a bit dramatic. I just can't seem to understand why she didn't say anything earlier. When we have sex it seems like she enjoys it. She is very vocal and her facial expressions change when she is about to come. She is one hell of an actress, it seems. My head is all over the place and I am not sure if I want to be with her anymore. I feel embarrassed and angry. How can our relationship survive this? I haven't confronted her yet, as I am not sure on how to approach this. I could really need some advice. A lot of women have been taught to lie about their sexual pleasure, or lack thereof, to spare their boyfriend's ego. The amount of married women who have been having sex with men for decades and have never experienced a single orgasm is much higher than it should be. You can remedy the situation by letting her know you are hurt by the lies and you are also hurt that she doesn't feel comfortable enough with you to be honest about it. That is not a recipe for a good long-term relationship. See what she has to say about the situation and then decide what you want to do. There are solutions if you want to stay together, but you can also choose to walk away. A lot of women, more than would admit, do not come from intercourse. But they pretend because they know, as you've just shown, that their partner would be hurt if they didn't. And in some cases, when the women let their partners know, the men will make it a mission to make them come, which just leads to too much pressure on the woman and defeats the whole purpose. Some women I know have pretended for decades. There's too many. I found my SO's Reddit posts in the last few days and I'm pretty sure they are all fake. She can still enjoy it even if she doesn't finish. You still should talk to her about. You should really talk to her. All this is a communication problem. Recently I found out through Reddit that my girlfriend of 3 years has been lying about being happy with our sex lives. How did you find out about this? Because if you snooped, I've got some bad news for you. What did she say on Reddit? Can she orgasm alone? Mosh women do not orgasm from penis and vagina sex. They require clitoral stimulation. Watch The Principles of Pleasure on Netflix. A recent study from the official publication of the International Academy of Sex Research shows that while gay and straight men climax during about 85% of their sexual encounters, Women having sex with women orgasm about 75% of the time, while women having sex with men come last, literally, at 63%. On a first-time hookup, the gap widens further, with 80% of men reaching orgasm compared with only 40% of women. I go down on her before sex till she comes, then I cum. It's a win-win. My date won't leave my apartment. Help? So a guy I'm somewhat seeing lives 2 hours away. He came over to my apartment on Sunday and was meant to leave this Wednesday or Thursday at the latest. Reason being he works from home and I only work 3 days a week, so our schedules lined up. Today, he's asked to stay until the evening so he doesn't have to drive in the rain. I said I have plans to play games with friends tonight so he can leave at 7. Shortly after this conversation and agreement, he says, "I'll just stay the night. I'll work while you play games and leave in the morning when you leave for work. It'll be better for me so I can get more work done before tomorrow." I agreed and he could tell I hesitated and kept asking if it was okay. I really don't want him to stay, but I don't want to hurt his feelings. How do I navigate a conversation like this to get this dude out of my house today? And kept asking if it was okay, just say no. It's not like he's unwilling to leave. Put on you big girl panties and tell him that plan doesn't work for you. Boundaries are important. You are both adults, so communicate like it. Why do you care about hurting his feelings? Tell him to leave. Tell the truth. Don't start a relationship where you lie to please the other person or it'll be a habit. He's staying because he doesn't know you're uncomfortable and in need of alone time. Perhaps say, "Would you mind actually heading out tonight? I'm feeling like I need some alone, introvert time. I'd love to see you again, but give me some time to miss you." He should get that hint. How do I navigate a conversation like this to get this dude out of my house today? Next time he asks if you're sure it's okay, say no? I swear, the shit people post on here. Kick him out laughing my ass off, soon he's gonna get squatters' rights. Explain to him he's overstaying his welcome and you don't want to feel taken advantage of. Stand firm and be ready for a temper tantrum.